Coming up on this edition of the ZTV Sports Report, could the men's basketball team close out the regular season with a pair of MAC wins?
The Lady Zips jump into MAC tournament play Saturday. Could they pull out an on-campus win to advance to the Q?
And we catch up with the track team as the men look for back-to-back conference titles.
All that and more coming up on the ZTV Sports Report.
Welcome into the ZTV studios. It's the Sports Report back with you for another week of everything Akron sports. I'm Stacy Salvi, joined by DJ Johnson.
You know, Stacy, it's about that time. March Madness is creeping up on us.
That would make sense as it is now March. But it is certainly one of the most exciting times of the year.
And with the men's team getting a bye all the way to the semifinal of the MAC tournament, I can't help but to have high hopes.
But don't forget, Keith Dambrot and company were in action this past week to try and finish the season with the best conference record in school history. Buffalo was up first on Wednesday. Could the Zips avenge their only conference loss of the season?
It was senior night for Nick Centenovich, Brett McClanahan, and Kyle Peterson, and it was the Serbian who would get out to a hot start, chipping in 2 of his 11 on the night. Now Buffalo was looking to stay in the conference title hunt, 4 conference losses on the season, still with the potential to grab that #1 seed in the tourney. Javon McCray here with the rebound and bucket, as Nick Harney would respond with the putback of his own as the Zips take a 4-point halftime lead. The second half would stay tight as neither team trailed by more than 6, but it was Buffalo's 11-2 run to start the half and a sensational game by the Bulls' Mitchell Watt that gave UB the lead. Down 4 with a minute 40 to go, Alex Abreu with the offensive foul as Tony Watson hit 6 of 6 free throws down the stretch to give the Bulls the 74-70 win. Despite Centenovich's best effort to pull out the W in his last game at the Jar, the Zips now needed a win against Kent in their final regular season game.
The week wasn't done with the Bulls as the Zips closed out their regular season traveling to Kent on Friday.
Nothing like an early March rivalry game between the two schools as UA looked to gain some momentum going into the MAC tournament.
The Zips honored the fallen victims in last week's Chardon High School shootings with red laces and red ribbons Friday night in Kent. The energy of the MAC Center was electrifying as Akron fought for the outright MAC championship title, their 500th win as a D1 school, and their first regular season sweep of the Flashes since the 2006-2007 season. Kent State dominated UA in the first half, outscoring the Zips 27-18. Coach Dambrot tried to hype the guys up during the half, and whatever he said seemed to do the trick. Zeke Marshall and Chauncey Gilliam both put up 10 points apiece in the second half. Kent State All-Star Justin Green tried to answer back with the bucket for the Golden Flashes, but the tides were already turning in the Zips' favor. Brian Walsh, Alex Abreu, Marshall, and Gilliam, all members of the double digits club by the end of the game. Green tried to keep Kent's dreams alive, but the Zips' second half surge gave them the win and the bragging rights.
After the game, Coach Dambrot gave his thoughts on his team's performance and his outlook heading into the tournament.
I mean, we came all the way back after being miserable early, and then we went down 9 again. The one thing I knew, though, is their team is very similar to our team. We're both like streakaholics. Whoever could get on the roll was going to win. I decided I was going to shorten up and play my older kids more. You know, the environment was such, our young ones didn't respond great the first half, so we just stuck with our older ones that we've been through the wars with. We got terrific play from our point guard, probably the best defensive game he's played, ran the show for us, made some big plays for us, and then our big man dominated the action in the paint. As simple as that. Without him, we had trouble stopping him, but with him, we could guard him. How many teams can win the tournament? Probably 5. Like, I know Kent can win it, I know Buffalo can win it, I know Ohio U can win it, and maybe Bowling Green.
To catch all of Dambrot's press conferences and our pregame and postgame thoughts throughout the MAC tournament, log on to ztvsports.com.
Now with the regular season at its conclusion, I'm pretty sure that means the madness starts to take over. For more on the conference tourney, we send it over to Dee and David at the update desk.
Thanks, guys, and what a year it has been for the Zips, locking up their first MAC regular season title in school history, and Keith Dambrot now has 7 straight 20-plus win seasons, and Akron has secured a place in the semifinals for the MAC tournament.
While the postseason's upon us and the Zips do look to make another run, the 2011-2012 season came and went in historic fashion for the Zips.
UA picked up a key win to kick off the year versus ranked Mississippi State team and got big wins against Marshall, Ohio, and Kent. After starting the year 3-5, the Zips rambled off 17 wins in 20 games. 9 straight conference victories highlighted that run and allowed the Zips to secure the #1 seed in the MAC tournament.
The Zips swept the MAC West this season, the second time under Darren Morant, and UA's 11 straight wins against the West looks good going into the tournament. James A. Rhodes Arena was also very good to the Zips this season as they continued their dominance on their home floor.
Hopefully all this momentum will carry over to the Q when Akron looks for its third MAC title in the last 4 seasons. And who knows, this team might make some noise in the NCAA tournament.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not make any more bold predictions. Don't get ahead of yourself. But since we're on the subject, let's get into some Zips trivia. Who leads the men's basketball team in three-point percentage? Stay tuned for the answer and women's basketball coming up after the break.